Hi, my name is Dalia and welcome to my channel. Before we start, make a disclaimer. With disclaimer done, let's begin. So in today's video, I would like to discuss one question. So before going on a dates, I don't have a lot of experience. However, before going on a date, obviously I was looking around too many informations, as much what I could get in internet or in YouTube videos about what type of questions is better not to ask when you're going on a date, obviously. And today I would like to discuss a specific question. It's about the job. There's a lot of people who says that in the first or any second or third date, it's really not okay to ask what type of job person do. There's a lot of explanation why, but personally now I'm gonna say my own opinion. I don't really think it's a really bad question to ask. And I will explain you my perspective of view why I think so. So every one of us doing the job a certain amount of hours in a day, right? Obviously, basically everyone spends about 10 hours in a day, right? Depends on the profession. Some people working at night, day, some even spending more hours, like 10, 12, 14, 16. It really depends on profession and the job concept as well, right? So let's take in any case, that means in 24 hours, there's a specific time of your day you spend in specific place, right? Or it's not a real matter about the profession itself in the begin with. So that's why I was thinking, is it so wrong in a date to ask about the person profession, what person is doing for the job? I don't really think it's a bad thing to do, because I'll explain why. It depends obviously on the job, what you do. The person who's asking might assume what kind of collective you are working in, right? If you're working, for example, I don't know, medical field, so obviously the collective is really mixed, and depending on the country where you're working, it might be a lot of type of people from different countries, right? Obviously, it will be specific language official, which one they're gonna use, depending on the German or is it the England itself, or it's America or any other countries, right? But in any case, will be used one. And there's a lot of female or male, or if the person is working like a fireman, right? And if you're gonna ask, it's gonna let you know if it's more man collective. So obviously, because of a specific of his job, there's a certain things he gonna be into it. For example, to be physical strong, because this is one of the things it's really important to do that job, right? Or if it's a medical field, obviously it gives you a hint what type of things that person knows already, right? And it's also can tell you what kind of things that person was interesting, maybe not, what studies he was. So from one question you're asking what kind of things you do for a living, it gives you many more topics to talk, right? And I think it's really important to know, because it gives you more information about the person who you are on the date itself, right? But however, if push this thing a little bit to the side, what I just said, at some point I will start thinking why people say it's not really okay to say or ask this question, right? I will start thinking and give me to conclusion. It's actually depending also probably on the country itself. About the profession, which one is shame or not shame, which one profession is more presentable or not presentable to share, right? I explain what I mean. In my country, when I was about 18 until 25, there was a certain profession was really presentable, it really looked with amazing work to do. And if someone says, everyone was assuming, wow, this is an amazing job, this is amazing money, and all those kind of things. People was assuming things. But this type of things are a little bit brokes. Because I'll share one thing. I know one friend, and she's from my country. So it's like 10 years ago, she went to live to Germany, right? And she had a neighbor, she was getting along with her, and that person, the German, had 2 kids, right? The girl, the daughter, was learning to be something specific with the banking, and her son was a plumber, already working as a plumber. In my country, like about maybe 20 years ago or so, in my 80s until 25, plumber was kind of okay profession, but not everyone was like assuming it's an amazing job. Later, slowly, it's actually a really good job, to be honest with you, because it's very important. But for some reason, when I was very young, if you say that you are working in a bank or you're studying in a bank, it was really presentable job, really amazing profession. Everyone was assuming that it's amazing, clean job, no much of stress and all those kind of things. But actually, those people who thought like that, they never work in the bank itself. And I will explain you another thing. Few more centuries before, another profession was really assumed amazing, and it was actually amazing and a very important job. It's like to be a teacher, right? And if you say that you're a teacher or your daughter is a teacher, right? So it was like, wow, you have such an amazing daughter, such an amazing profession. For her, it will be very easy to find a man. But the centuries are changing. Profession, which one is more presentable, more nice in the people's eyes and on society, are changing, right? So let's back to the family, right? So my person from my country, right? She was asking her about the daughter and son, and the mother of those kids was not really positive talking about her profession of her daughter choice. And because in Germany back then, it was like, it's not very developed job. It's you just working certain amount of hours. There's a little limit of a job, limit of a salary, and there's nothing to earn more. And her son, she was so positive talking about him to be a plumber. It's amazing job, it's amazing skill, and there's a lot of type of money. And for him to survive, to have a family and provide the food on the table, it will be much better. So get my point, what I'm trying to say? So accordingly, I'm thinking it depends on the country, on the century. Certain profession is more assuming to be good, presentable, and an amazing in another person's perspective of you. So knowing this, I kind of understand why it's okay, not okay, or is nice or not nice, comfortable, not comfortable to ask about profession. You get my point? Because when you're on a date, you want obviously to be liked by another person, right? So you want to make yourself look the best book ever, which one is really interesting to read, right? So you don't want to really lie, but at the same time, you want to picture yourself in another person's eyes the best. So at some point, I understand why you don't really want or you're uncomfortable to ask. And I understand why someone saying it's not okay to ask this type of question. But to put that in aside again, it depends on the country. It depends where the date is going on, right? Or in the even century. So on the end, my conclusion is, I do not think it's a really so uncomfortable question to ask. And it says a lot about you, and it's a really important part of your life. Because you are studying for that, you are working, maybe you are even developing in a certain profession, or maybe it's your passion, or maybe it's even your dream to be in that type of field of job. So I believe in a date, it's an amazing question to ask, right? The only thing you have to never forget, being on a date, if you asking this type of question, you're gonna have the same question to answer, right? And so you are ready to answer, or you're feeling ashamed. But if you're feeling ashamed, in my opinion, there's something wrong a little bit with your mind, right? Why are you ashamed about your job? Because you're not stealing the money. You're working, you're paying the tax. That job provides you money, the money which one you're gonna pay the food, clothes, and it's providing you more or less comfortable life, right? So, what do you think? Leave me comments, are really interesting. What do you think? Is it really so bad the question to ask? Is it really you have to feel uncomfortable? Then you hear this type of question, or it's actually giving you more hints about the person, giving you more topics to talk about. What do you think, right? Share with me your opinion. I'm really curious, what do you think? And another thing, I think, if it's really not comfortable to answer the question, you always feel free not to answer the question. So, my name is Dalia. I hope you liked the video. See you around. Bye-bye.